Yo, JD here, Tolimus, and first of all, Merry Christmas. Hope everyone had a great day yesterday and is continuing to have a great day today. That you're not asleep after all the antics of just eating your body weight in food and drink and everything, but I hope everyone had a happy holidays. And for today's video, we're going to be racing against the 110% AI, because in my last one, we actually went on the opposite end of the scale. We went against the 0%. And we did a little challenge video, but also just to see how bad it really was. And we managed to beat them from a lap down in a 5-lap race. So this time we're going to do a 5-lap race, and we're going to go from very easy to the ultimate AI. And to ask the question is the 110% AI hard enough for this game? Because I know a lot of people do race with it. And in this video here, you'll be able to see we've actually set the rules to off. And there's a reason that we've done that. But the setup, we're going to run in the Sauber, so the worst car possible. And no setup as well, completely default. So the lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And you'll be able to see we have just gone completely straight through. And if you haven't got the idea of this video already, basically we are just going to do 5 laps and see if we can basically survive against this AI. 4 or 5 laps around the Hungaroring, which I thought would be, is that even the name of a track? I don't even know if it is, but Hungary. And to see if we can beat the AI whilst trying to drive fairly as well. Not to just push them off at any opportunity when they're trying to overtake us, but just to see how difficult it is, as we've just shot ourselves in the foot already. We've already made a mistake, which just allowed the AI to catch up, which is going to make it even harder now. But basically just to see how difficult it is to keep them behind, because a track around here, you've got a reasonably long straight, you've got a few corners where there's a lot of downforce, where against the Ferrari and the Mercedes it should be incredibly difficult to keep this car behind. And obviously being the Sauber, as I said, it is the worst car in terms of the F1 2017 settings on this game. So as you can see, Vettel is going quite aggressive. So the AI are on this game, I think a lot of people can agree, is definitely the most aggressive I'd say they've probably been on an F1 game. But of course, I'm always interested to hear what your guys' experience are. If you feel it really does need to be improved. I know that's a big talking point going back to my 2018 video. That you still feel they need to be improving, but you can see they're going side by side at the moment, which is giving us a little bit of a break. But I expect this to be very, very difficult, and we could have done it around other tracks, but other tracks are just massive long straights. It's going to be almost next to impossible. So with a few corners here, with still quite a high speed track with a lot of direction changes, I thought this would be a very challenging one, but also a pretty good kind of test experiment, just to see if it's possible or not, because people say it is impossible in this kind of car with no upgrades or anything to keep it behind. So coming through here now, coming towards the end of lap 2, still, well, Bottas is out actually overtaking Vettel, so we're going side by side. AI seems to get a very good exit coming up here now, so we've got to cover the inside, trying to really slow it down. The AI keeps on hitting us for that corner in particular, and it's really important to just not leave any gap possible, to just try and close any doors, because I do notice they are a bit clumsy. When you leave a little bit of space, they will just still try and drive on the racing line, and if your car's still there, they will just continue to drive like they are on the racing line. But I can understand on a racing game, it's, you know, I can't think of a racing game where they have amazing AI. I think racing from Project Cars, when that game first came out, I think that was probably the worst AI that I've ever raced against on that game. I think they literally drove like you weren't even there, even though they were incredibly quick. But I'd say probably TOCA Race Driver 2, that really brings a memory in my mind of that being pretty good AI with, I think that went up to like 110% as well. And I think even higher than that, and that AI was pretty insane to race against. But when you're raising the difficulty, they're going to be more aggressive, and the more pace they have, just through the more downforce they're going to have through the corners, and you sometimes they can be a bit clumsy and just drive into you. But I think on a racing game, it's going to be very, very hard to actually model that properly. So going through this corner once again, I think we've been hit once again by Bottas, who's now been overtaken by Vettel and Lewis Hamilton. But again, trying to not leave the door open, so just trying to close it through those apexes through here. So going through this last corner, try and stay as nice and tight as possible. We're not going on this curve too much to get a good exit of here. Now going in rich mix. No setup, as you can see. 6.6 wings are running, and Ferrari should be going a lot quicker as Hamilton's going around the outside as well. So go brake at the 100-meter board. Again, try not to let it run out too much to avoid them getting a really good switch back on us. But again, it seems to be the AI, when you park the bus on the apex, some corners they get a really good exit, but other ones there's a little bit of a stop-start. So we have a little bit of a breather once again coming up into here now. It's the end of the first sector, and the understeer in this car is really, really not good at all. But if we did this around Monza or Baku, I admit I did it actually around Baku before this, and it was pretty much almost impossible to keep the AI behind there because along the straight you can't outbrake them once they get ahead of you. It's going to be incredibly difficult to outbrake. So tracks like this was a little bit of a stop-start, and you have some opportunities, even if they do get past you, to kind of outbrake them again. But this corner, they seem to have a really good exit here, and let's see if we get hit once again by AI. I don't think we do this time, but again, staying nice and tight, coming into this penultimate corner, not letting it drift out as Vettel's trying to squeeze down the inside. So, but again, it looks like a little bit of a stop-start. And yeah, in terms of my expectations for this, I wasn't really too sure. I thought it'd be definitely a bit harder than this, but we're not being unfair to AI. I think we're being reasonably fair as Hamilton is trying to go through the middle of both cars on this occasion. So coming off here now, and they're going side by side again, which should help us quite a bit, because see the straight line speed that Bottas has got wasn't Hamilton in fact, and trying to get a good slingshot off this corner. Another one of those corners I always say. And coming up through the first sector, the Mercedes is just so fast in a straight line compared to the Sauber or this Ferrari engine. I think it's the older Ferrari engine they have in this car. I think it's like 2016 engine they have in this, but don't really seem to be an opportunity from going into there. But one thing I would say, the AIs, maybe they could go for a little bit few more opportunistic moves, and maybe each AI has their own character profile. Like so, if Verstappen is more inclined to outbrake someone going into a corner to go off the racing line, whereas a Bottas would probably be a little bit more sensible, braking a little bit earlier, going to corners, not taking as many risks, and maybe having their own driver profile for the AI. I think would be definitely a good thing, which is something I did see in my 2018 video. So please keep commenting on that as well, because I will be putting it on the forums in the new year, which is what I'll be doing. So coming across the line now, and we've managed to beat the AI going around here. And obviously we went straight on at the start before the lights even went. But I just thought that'd just be a little bit of a interesting video compared to the 0% AI, just to see on a scale of, do you think the 110 AI should be improved? Should it be even higher levels than that compared to what it is, the ultimate right now? So I'm really interested to hear what you think in that. Pretty interesting video. Probably be aiming to do all my SERPs before New Year, actually, to actually get the rest of those out before the New Year. So thank you as always for the support on my videos. Hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll catch you next time. Cheers. I don't fall too much to buckle now.